Safety glasses off. Okay, once again, we got 80-pound Power Pro. Some guys will use 100. I've never had 80-pound braid fail me. I've never had the knot slip. I've never had any incidents with this rig at all as far as failure. So this is what we're gonna do. I got approximately 14, 16 inches of line. It's not that much, just an idea so you know. I'm gonna even up both tag ends, basic. I'm gonna kind of grab it towards the middle, and I'm using brand new braid, not nothing off my old reels, nothing like that. And if you notice, I'll put a nice clean crimp on that. Looks just like that. It's the simplest way to do this. Push with your thumb down on that hook eye a little bit, and that's the reason we clean that up in the beginning, is so we got a clean shot through here and you're not struggling constantly trying to get this thing rigged up. Okay. So this is where we're at now. We got our braid, we got our hook, we got everything's pretty even. Now when you tie this up, we're gonna shoot to get this hook directly behind this dorsal fin, but you need to allow a little bit of room for when you cinch your knot, you're gonna gain a little bit. So this could take you a time, it could take you a couple times to get it exactly right. It's just braided line. If you have to do it twice to get it right. Okay, this is a pretty good idea. Just me doing this a few times, I know that this is a pretty good idea of how much makeup I'm gonna get to there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hang on to this hook and we're gonna wrap around 5 times. 1, heading uphill towards the eye of the hook. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're right up at the eye of that hook now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 2 tag ends, and this is why we keep everything even, just nice and clean. And we're gonna run back through the hole down here by the eye. Okay, you want to hang on to that tag end, and what you want to do is you want to pull a little bit on that tag end and get it to come down a little bit. See where I'm sitting right now, it's not cinched down, but by the time I do this cinch, I'm thinking we're going to have this thing perfect on the first time here. Okay, hold the bait firmly and actually hold right by the head so you don't pull the bait apart or anything like that. And what you're going to want to do is grab that treble hook firmly too, to where you're not going to get hooked, and pull down real tight. You'll see it all come together and it'll all really sit really nice like that. Okay, it's a simple rig, very strong. Okay, and look, we even actually did it right, you guys. So it's gonna lay, you can see now that my makeup, it's gonna lay perfectly behind that dorsal fin, just where we wanted it. So we'll just take and cut these loose ends off. And I always leave like 1/8 of an inch or so. Nothing major, okay? Just a little tag in on there in case we do get just a slight amount of slippage. But we're gonna put a drop of glue on this, which is gonna help with that also. And this rig is really nice because it's gonna do a lot of things for you. It's gonna spin for you. It's not gonna allow fish to get leverage on this hook. This hook will also slide all the way around this line. So these fish are really gonna have a hard time getting good leverage on this hook to get this hook out of their mouth. Okay, now the reason I use owner hooks, not to jump around, but to get back on it, owner makes the only hook that actually has a hook shank directly in line with the eye of the hook. If you'll look at all your Gamakatsus, your Eagle Claws, and all your other hook makers out there, none of them have the hook shank exactly in line with that hook eye. And that's one thing that a lot of swim baiters really like about owner hooks, other than their strength and their sharpness, is the fact that when we rig, we can rig perfect. So we'll pull back a little further than where you want to go and insert that hook right in, real nice and easy. Push it right down, right in. Okay, we got that resting right at about the dorsal fin. Okay, we're gonna take a little drop of Pro Glue. You guys can use Huddleston makes a really good glue from what I understand. I just go with the Pro Glue. This is just something that if you're swim bait fishing with soft baits like Huddleston's or any other soft bait, Ospreys, whatever it may be, you just gotta have it. And this is $9.95, I believe, and it'll last you pretty much all year. I mean, that's gluing a ton of stuff, so. And a lot of guys try to get away with using just super glue that you get at the 99-cent store. And let me tell you, super glue does not work on rubber very well, and especially not when wet. And that's one really good thing about this glue is it'll work with everything wet. It'll work no matter what, it works. And that's what you want when you're going for glues. So let's put a little drop of glue on our knot right here. And remember, this stuff comes out quickly. Not even coming out. All right. Now that that's done, you're pretty much set up to go. You don't have to glue your stinger hook in. It's in there. It's in there well. It'll stay in there for cast after cast. And you'll definitely get good hookups on this bait. This is the ticket. This is the bait that I've been using. This is the rig that I use pretty much 12 months out of the year. And believe it or not, all size fish will eat this bait head first, and they will get this hook in their mouth. I've caught literally 2.5, 3 pounders with this setup. I've caught fish in the double-digit class with this setup. So that's the ticket, Huddleston ROF12. Simple rig. Okay, the reason we don't do stinger hooks on the belly, the reason we cut this jig hook off, there's reasons for all that. We take the jig hook off and it allows them to eat this bait better. And they will eat it, they will get that back hook. The reason we don't have a stinger hook on the belly of this bait is because oftentimes when you hook a big fish, they will eat this bait all the way down to their crushers. And if you got a hook on the belly of this bait, that hook 9 times out of 10 will end up in that fish's gills, and that fish will end up bleeding. And as a tournament angler or a trophy hunter, one thing for sure is we want to take care of our big fish, especially our really big fish. And that's essentially, this bait does that too. It's on our mind when we're thinking about these fish. We're wanting to take care of them. All right, that's pretty much it. As you can see, I got some examples of Huddlestons that I've used day in, day out for a long time. A lot of guys think that you buy a Huddleston and you're only going to catch 1 or 2 fish on it because it's a rubber bait. And this is one that I've used, geez, all spring long. I've probably caught, 30 fish on it at least, okay? So these baits are durable. You just got to figure out how, you got to get your glue and you got to figure out how to make them last, okay? And the bottom line is anybody that's looking to catch a double-digit fish, there's no quicker way to get to that goal than throwing a Huddleston 8-inch trout. Quickest way to get a 10-pounder. They will eat this all day long. That's it, brothers.